Why does Donald Trump want to break Cuba? There will be no more oil or money going to Cuba. Zero. It's partly about timing.
Conditions continue to worsen in Cuba as the U.S. cuts off critical supplies to the communist regime there.
But it might also be deeply personal.
Cuba is a disaster. It's run by incompetent, senile men.
Cuba is going to be something we'll end up talking about because Cuba is a failing nation right now, very badly failing nation.
Timing-wise, Cuba has almost never been weaker. It's literally in the dark. Chronic blackouts. Because to generate electricity, Cuba needs oil. But it can't get enough oil because the U.S. is blocking its two main sources of oil, Venezuela.
President Trump says the U.S. carried out large-scale strikes on Venezuela overnight.
They lived off Venezuelan money and oil, and none of that's coming now.
And Mexico. The U.S. has put immense pressure on both countries to choke Cuba's energy supply.
The Cuban government is really in a difficult position right now. It is in the midst of a humanitarian crisis.
But also, look who's advising Trump on foreign policy.
Do you want to say something about that, Marco, please?
Well, I mean, I just gave you a statement a few minutes ago about, when the president speaks, you should take him seriously.
Trump's Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is the son of Cuban immigrants. And for those who feel like they've lost a great deal in Castro's socialist revolution in the 1960s, their literal homes in many cases, punishing the regime is personal.
Yeah, look, if I lived in Havana and I was in the government, I'd be concerned.
He made his political career based on hostility toward the Cuban government. And so, in some ways, the policy of hostility towards Cuba is very much his personal policy.
But finally, consider how this might be personal for Donald Trump, too.
13 U.S. presidents have come and gone, and the Castro regime remains in power.
Cuba's communist existence has been a real knot of tension for the U.S. for the better part of a century. If Donald Trump were to undo that knot,
finally bringing down a communist regime that's been 90 miles off the coast of the U.S. would be a huge feather in the cap of Donald Trump.
Being able to say that I am the U.S. president who did the thing that no other U.S. president since 1959 was able to do, which was end the Cuban Revolution and the Cuban Communist government.
What a crowning achievement that would be.